Hello and welcome back. We have top 10 super rares. Again, personal preference, but we're going to jump straight in at number 10 with Deadpool and Bob. I remember this, I think it's Deadpool, yeah, just Deadpool the set was. Such a great set. Absolutely loved it. Deadpool and Bob, why this is in mine is mainly because it has Hydra keyword. I absolutely love the Hydra team. I used to always play the old Imperial Hydra that sat in a chair. Whenever a Hydra would die, it'd summon two more, which is just so cool. I used to play it far too much. As well as that, this one has double prob up close and stealth. So basically, you could just hide, and once they get to you, you can double prob them. But not only that, it has word balloons. There's about, I think it's about 10 of them. Each has a different ability. There was one that gives prob when you get attacked. So basically, you had three probs on this guy. It wasn't even, I don't even think it's called prob. I think it was just you may re-roll the dice if, re-roll the attack. But yeah, very cool. Basically, three probs up close. Very cool, and it's Hydra. There wasn't many decent like heavy hitters for Hydra. I just love this piece. Great piece, and we're gonna move on to number 9. Number 9, we have Unseen. One of my favorite stories I've ever read is Unworthy Thor, and Unseen plays a part in that. He's also back then he was very meta. He has no attack or damage, but he's outwit prob. He also stops Colossal Retawi, modifies their attack by -2. And around the time this was out, Colossal Retawi was everywhere. It was like every team had it. It was crazy in meta. And it also had 4 to 6 super senses, which is just really hard to hit. He could smoke cloud at no cost when he teleported as well. And he had stealth, so it's very hard to target him. And when you did, you had to get through a 4 to 6 roll. Very cool piece. Number 7, we have Balls of Fury. You may have heard of this one. This is a piece that you can choose a power and they can't use it. Very different to Outwit. Can't use, they don't have it anymore. It's gone. It gets around, can't be countered, can't be ignored, just can't use, they just don't have it. People used to play it with I think it's the IDs time, that when that was in the meta. I really didn't like IDs. It seemed ridiculous to be able to pull something not on your team. Like you could, if you had a point, something, you had to be more points than this. So something 125 points or something. Could summon this in, and then it just turns off a power, then attacks. It's only there for a turn, but pulling in something that strong is crazy. And I just love this piece. It's so iconic to the game and that era of the game. Number 8. No, number 7. Number 7. We have Darkside. This is another where it came out during COVID, so it basically got rotated without seeing any meta play. Hopefully stuff like this does get legacy, as it didn't actually get to see much of the game. This one, it drops the Omega Beam, it drops a token, you roll 2 dice, and it can move the Omega Beam, so basically you never have to move him. Obviously you can, because it's 3 actions to drop the Omega Beam and move it, but it means you can just throw it out, and then if it goes over at one of their characters, you get to attack from wherever you are with a melee attack. It's incredible. Absolutely love this piece. It's also like, I wouldn't say unkillable, but as 4 to 6 roll, I think it's impervious. As well as when it masterminds, it heals. So if you have the right thing next to it, maybe some summoning stuff, it can be unkillable. It definitely can be. Number 6, we have Daredevil. This is from Earth X on the bike. I think the real name's unknown, but it may be Deadpool. It's not. I'm not sure it's fully said in the comic. But this one, you get 6 tokens, and I think you get 3. And then when someone attacks you, if there's a 6 in a roll, you remove that. And only when he's out with the 6 tokens does he die. I think it might be two he has actually. But yeah, every time he dies, he just chooses another click to go onto, which is quite crazy. I like things where it's not just you can't just kill him. You have to do something to kill him. It was very hard to kill back in the day, and still is now, to be fair. Number 5, getting into the big ones. We have Eclipso. The characters, I don't know much about the character, but this was where possession was in the game. Possession was you paid 25 points, and basically you place this on a character's card, and you get to choose any of the powers on the click it's on, and it clicks with the click that it's on, the card that it's on. So if we're both on stop click, you could choose any of his first 4 powers in the one slot, as well as if it had a higher stat, you could give +1 to one of your stats as well. It was just a good way to put. It's like items, but a bit more fun because you moved it with your figure, so a lot more to it. I really enjoyed possession, and I hope they bring some sort of possession back in the future. But we have number 4, Deadpool or Thorpool. It's Deadpool with Thor's armor. I used to play the hell out of this figure, like every game. I still have it, and I will never get rid of this figure. It's so cool. It's very having Pulse Wave top down now for 200 points, 215 points is basically nothing. Pulse Wave's terrible now. It's just 1 damage. It used to be you could, if you single target Pulse Wave, you do full damage, which it was too strong. But also it was so when you hit when you hit someone with that, it was sick. But yeah, these last 4 clicks are also as a special, where you roll a 1d6. On a result of 1, you take 1 extra damage. On a result of 2 to 3, you take the normal damage you hit. But 4 to 5, you only take 1 damage, and on a 6, you actually heal instead of taking damage. So it's very much a luck thing. I seem to remember being very unlucky with this all the time, but 4 to 6, basically, you're either taking 1 damage or healing. It's a very cool defense power. It can also hurt you quite quick. Number 3, we have no Goddess Symbiotes. Very solid powerhouse piece. It has shape change 4 to 6. It can place smoke cloud for free, and then move to hinder him for free. So basically, you had free movement. It's like 4 squares free movement, and then it also comes with the Necro Sword, which ignores. I think it super senses the shape change. It's just absolute powerhouse. This source of meta, I think it has a 125 point click. I think someone played 2 of them, which just very hard to kill because they also have stealth. So just you had to get next to them, and then they have shape change. Plus, very hard to deal with. Also, when it kills someone, it heals too. So it was very hard to kill. And Null's just a sick character. Number 2, we have Superman from Justice League Trinity War. This is another one that I saw a little bit of meta play. It's just a solid Superman. When he gets hit, he can, on his defense powers there, the 4. If he was damaged last turn, he can heal 1, so it's a good way to regen back up. It's not great anymore. I played it in a recent tournament we held at a local, and it didn't do too well. With Hypersonic just having it's recently had a change to Hypersonic where breakaway isn't as easy. So Andy has no outwit protection. It didn't hold up as much anymore. Hopefully this gets a legacy, and because this is a perfect piece for legacy. It's got 3 special powers. There's some cool stuff they can add to it. Lower its points. Hopefully one day. But speaking of legacies, recently got a legacy. Thor and Loki duo. This was like easily my top, maybe my favorite figure of all time. The first game I ever played, went to, I can't remember what the store was called back then, but it was like 12, 13 years ago, I think. And I played against someone who was playing this, and I was running just like I had a 8-point green arrow which had stealth, range combat, couldn't move, and I think it's Wolverine. It's a very mismatched team. I didn't have many clicks at the top, and I just got absolutely stomped. I'm a huge fan of Thor and Loki as characters, and the sculpt's it was so cool back then. I have it now, and I have the Legacy. It's my favorite piece. It's absolutely beautiful. The characters are perfectly together, and easily number one. Next, we're going to be doing top 10 primes, so keep your eyes peeled for that.